You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, in case you guys don't know, Spurs head coach is no fan of President Trump. You guys may have not known that, okay? Considering you know that the NBA is not political, right? I'm being very, very sarcastic, guys. The NBA, as you know, is very, very political. This is a league that put a Marxist symbol on their court in 2020. And Gregg Popovich, man, I was actually debating who actually has the worst Trump derangement between him and Steve Kerr in the NBA. After this, guys, I believe it's pretty clear that Gregg Popovich has the worst case of Trump derangement in the NBA. Even more so than LeBron James. We know that LeBron is no fan of President Trump. But folks, before the Rockets game and Spurs game, the media actually asked Gregg Popovich about the election. Folks, this is why the NBA is dying. This is why the NBA is really, really dead, in my opinion, folks. They got way, way, way too political. And these people that are in the NBA, they're out there making political statements. But in this case, folks, Spurs head coach Gregg Popovich, he gave a whole entire sermon. This may be the most Trump deranged rant we've ever seen. It just may be. Because, folks, whoever this reporter was asked him a question about the election. And guess what happened? He went on a 15-minute, yes, you heard me correctly, 15-minute Trump deranged rant. Let's do it. Right here, guys. Outkick. Curmudgeon Gregg Popovich delivers his latest anti-Trump rant, goes after his supporters. Wow. And this before an NBA game. Yeah, this is why nobody actually cares about the NBA now. This is why the NBA is dying. Says here, San Antonio Spurs head coach Gregg Popovich is great at two things: winning basketball games and coming across as a bitter old man. Now, we know that he actually won 5 titles, but ever since Tim Duncan retired, Pop has done nothing. Nothing. Now, the future may be a bit bright now with Victor Wembanyama, but we have to see what actually happens. And Coach Woke is going to be around for a while because I remember the Spurs gave him another 5-year contract, and he's already old, man. He is grumpy when it comes to Trump. And he probably knows that Trump is going to win. It actually talks about it here. I'm not going to read all of this here. But he was asked this question. It says here, with Election Day fast approaching, a reporter decided to ask Popovich about the importance of the presidential election between Kamala Harris and Trump. This led Popovich to go on a nearly 15-minute long rant about how terrible a candidate and person Trump is. Why are people in the media at sports games bringing up politics? Why? They probably knew they can actually get a reaction from Popovich. And the NBA is going to back Pop's police. Now, I'm wondering, guys, if you actually had a pro-Trump coach going a 15-minute rant slamming Kamala Harris and the policies, would the NBA actually have something to say about that? I don't know. But let's go ahead and watch this clip, guys. Luckily, it's only 2 minutes and 25 seconds in this clip. Let's roll it.
So he's pathetic. He's small. He's a whiner. We all know that. But you wouldn't have him babysit your kids. You wouldn't hire him if you had a small business. You want that man in your business? There's no way. But you're going to vote for him for president because he's strong? I mean, Kamala Harris whipped his ass in the debate, just obviously, and he's running ever since. He doesn't want any part of her because, as she said before, she's eaten many of his type for lunch. As an attorney general, as a prosecutor, he's a small fry compared to some of the people she's gone after. And he knows it. So all he can do is cut people down, and do what he does. We've all seen all that kind of stuff. The ones that you can be even more angry about, because he's sick. He's a damaged man. He grew up the biggest wannabe there ever was in New York, right? We all know that. He wanted to be in the inner circle, but they laughed at him his whole life. Just like Obama made fun of him at that dinner, and he was about to melt. That angered him so bad, it was scary. But he was never accepted. He was treated like a fool, like a clown. And now he's able to just give the finger to the world because of his position now. And that's what he's doing. He's getting back at everybody because he's so small, he's got to go after everybody, just like we all know the generals and Mike Pence and all that. We've all heard that before. But those people around him, the Grahams, the Cruzes, the Hawleys, the Meadows, McCarthy, McConnell, all those guys, all older white men, it so happens to be, they know he's an ass. They said it. I'm not saying that I think they think that. They've told us that ever since, 2015, 16, all that kind of thing. I mean, they've called him a xenophobic, a religious bigot, a racist, unfit for office, on and on and on. Their words. But they're right there with him. Do they not know that they have children and grandchildren probably that are going to lose freedom if this guy is elected? I'm not talking about a policy. I'm talking about the idea of our country.
Wow. That's only 2 minutes and 25 seconds of a 15-minute Trump deranged rant. I mean, Pop, man, he has clearly lost his mind. He has clearly lost his mind. I believe it actually mentions some other stuff here. So let's read this. It says here, he was sure to hit the talking point about how a Trump reelection will hurt future generations while insinuating a Harris victory would improve things. Man, this man's really crazy. It's unclear if Pop realizes that Harris has been the number 2 for the past 4 years. Yeah. Quote, now, the danger follows the delusion, and our kids and grandkids are going to have to live with what this guy puts out there, Pop said. The coach went on to question how any college-age kid would dare vote for Trump. Quote, what does he say or do that they want to vote for him? They must think he's a strong guy. This is the biggest whiner I've ever walked the face walked the face of the earth. He's like the poorest example of a 5th grade bully I've ever seen. I mean, would you want your kids to act like he does? Man, I mean, this man really, really has lost his mind. He's not winning games much now. I believe the Spurs are actually like 2-1 or something like that right now. But still, that's besides the point, man. This was actually put out there, guys, before an NBA game. This is before an NBA game, guys. And he lost his mind. I can only imagine, man, what the whole 15-minute Trump deranged rant was really like. And folks, there seems to be almost no cure for Trump derangement. Very, very few people have actually been cured of Trump derangement. But folks, this is why the NBA is dead. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.